Today there's this fly that kept landing on me. It sinked. And this happens all the time. Flies are always landing on me sinked. And just landing in front of me sinked and flying in front of me sinked or whatever. Sometimes they'll land on me sinked. This is really psychotic that flies landing on me sinked. Like a fly will land on me as a motorcycle engine revs up or whatever. Or they'll like buzz in my ears synced, or they'll like fly in my face synced, or they'll like land on me synced, or they'll like land in front of me synced, and then they'll fly away synced again, and then they'll fly around synced, and then they'll land synced again, and then so yeah, sync flies out here. Like the other day, I was looking out my window and there was a sync fly that just like landed on my AC and landed synced and then flew away synced again. And butterflies are always synced. I think I saw a synced butterfly when I was recording that last video. Like flew next to me synced. Butterflies are always synced, like all the time. That's like the most common one, I think, is butterflies and flies. But I also see like, I think I've seen sync mosquitoes before, but like sync bees I've seen. Yeah, other different types of flying bugs I just see synced. See them synced. And then the other day when I was recording, do you hear these engine sounds? They're synced. The other day when I was recording, I was walking on the path and there was this beetle that walked in front of me. And right when I walk up to the beetle, I think I heard like a tire screech, or I heard like some sound, like a really loud engine sound or a tire screech or something like that. It was just like right at the moment that I walk up to the beetle that's just like walking right out in front of me on the sidewalk or on the path. So I guess they got sync beetles. It seemed like it was a sync beetle. Do they got sync ants? What else do they got? I don't know. But I think they got sync beetles because I think that was a sync beetle that day. It looked like a sync beetle. So, yep. They got sync flies. Definitely got those. I think they got the sync gnats. Sync grasshoppers. I've seen some sync grasshoppers. I'm seeing a lot of sync cars right now, and there's one driving by me right now, synced. Driving right by my apartment building. synced. So and then at work this morning, there was a car alarm that was going off, that kept going off over and over, synced and stopping synced, starting and stopping synced over and over. Like it kept, like as I'm doing things, it kept starting synced, and then it would just keep going off for a little while, and then it would stop synced, and then it would start synced again a few minutes later, and then it would stop synced, and then it would start synced a few minutes later, and then it would stop synced. This car alarm kept doing this over and over. This morning at work. And then like I had this delivery where it's the wrong address, and then I get the right address and the number is 33, or it's 33rd Street or something, I don't remember, but something about 33 on it. It's like 33. And what else? There's delivered to this house where they're working on the house, and there's an air compressor in there. They're like doing like remodeling the house or whatever, and there's an air compressor in there, and the air compressor kept turning on synced. What else? And then like the neighbors next door like were like synchronizing. I pulled up, and then they're like synchronizing. Like when I come back out of the garage, like their child's running out synchronizing, and they're synchronizing. And is this a cop? Do I see a cop right now? Oh, it's not a cop. Never mind. It is synchronized though. I see lots of synchronized cars right now the whole time I'm talking. But what else happened today? I don't know. There's definitely a few sirens today. There was a crazy siren that went off when I was in my apartment earlier today. It was like a fire truck and an ambulance, and then like it turned off like near my apartment. They're honking their horn synced and shit, and then the sirens going off with the with the sirens, and they had just a siren show. A synced siren show. I see headlights in the distance, synced with the headlights in the foreground, and the guy walking up out of a car that parked, and a bunch of sync heads. I see sync people. She got a red shirt. She's walking up as other cars taking off. Oh. And I see cars in the background synced with the car going through the intersection, and I hear the guy on the loudspeaker at the football game at the same time. That's the other thing I was going to talk about. Is the guy on the loudspeaker at the football game that kept synchronizing tonight, and just synchronized right there. And and then I walked up to that intersection, and there was people cheering right when I walked up to the intersection, which was like, what? I don't know. It just happened right when I walked up to the intersection. That's all I know. But this guy is walking in front of the intersection right now as a car drives through it. It looks synced. And then he's gonna get in a car synced. He's standing by his car. Is he gonna wait to open it and synced? Oh, he's getting in. But nah, the guy on the loudspeaker was synced. And then when I worked at Domino's, like they would have track meets across the street at Domino's because the high school is across the street. And like right when I walk up to my car, I hear the guy on the loudspeaker right as his car is taking off out of the parking lot. But like right when I would walk up to my car and put my hand on the door handle of the car, they would like be talking on the loudspeaker, or they would be blowing their whistles, like if they're having football practice or if they're doing whatever over there, they would blow their whistles synced, or they'd be on the loudspeaker synced, or whatever, making sound synced. And then like I've heard people like at concerts, like they'll like sync with, like when they're on the microphone, they'll sync. And possibly I think music, like those bands will sync. Possibly. It seems like it sometimes that the bands will sync. But definitely I heard a guy like during a concert, like on a microphone, like when I went out on delivery one time, or like when I went out on multiple different deliveries one night, when I would go out walk out of Domino's, like he's downtown, and like I can hear him all the way over there, and it's synced. He's talking synced with me, like walking up to my car, putting my hand on the door handle or whatever. It's synced. See a Domino's car synced. Domino's car sync. Yeah, and then on the video the other day, when I walked by the high school, they were blowing their whistles synced, and you can hear it. And they were like yelling synced too. You can hear it. So you can hear it. It's on the video, you can hear it. And then I think on that same video was the one where I walked by the bridge and the guy met me with the red shirt on the bike at the end of the bridge, and then at the other end of the bridge there's another guy on a bike at the fork in the path. And then today, the video that I put up on Cat the Glitch that I recorded at work today, where it's two bikes and they like, the one rides out in front of me synced when I get up to the intersection, and then the other one's riding up synced as I drive through the intersection, like riding up to the intersection, and then they're riding next to each other, like they're going opposite directions on the sidewalk next to me as I drive by them. Two bicycles synced up. And then one time, like a year ago or whatever, I saw this guy. I think I saw this exact same thing happen twice, I think, like on two different scenarios, like two different occasions, like two different days. Like I saw it happen one day, and then I saw it happen like 3 days later or something like that. But oh, I see a sheriff. Was he synced? I think he was synced. I think he drove out synced. I wasn't paying attention though. But I saw, like a year ago or whatever, I saw a guy on a bike and a guy on a skateboard that are like coming from like opposite directions. As I walk up to the intersection, they're like meeting each other at the intersection. And I think I saw that happen, that exact same thing happen twice. And this morning, I was seeing a bunch of synced blue cars, like blue cars synced with other blue cars. I was seeing a bunch of blue syncs this morning. But then I don't think it was an all day thing. I think it was just for the morning. It was just the morning blue, it was the blue sync morning. It was just the theme of the morning. But then I don't know what the theme of the rest of the day was. It was sync. Which is the theme of every day is sync, but that's the overall theme, you know. But sometimes they have a theme though. Sometimes it's like black cars all day. Still all the other colors too, but just like mostly black cars, and just like a lot of black cars meeting you at intersections and certain places, like place that you're going or whatever. I see a bunch of whiteys synced up right now. I saw a big whitey parade. Like there's cars in the background synced with the cars driving by on the street, and it's crazy out here. I want to turn my camera around, but I don't want to. Don't want to. But I do record things out my window sometimes, and I just save it on my phone and I'll upload it whenever I move out of here. But I don't want to live stream out my window. But I do though, because I want to show how crazy it is out here. Cause it's crazy out here. Like they just got so many different places to drive out of and walk out of. Like they'll just have things way in the background. They'll just have a car way in the background at night that like I can only see the tail lights, but it's synchronized though. Retarded. Oh, I see someone with a red coat. Are they synchronized? Don't sync. Don't sync. All these cars on the street look really synced. And probably she walked out synced with the cars that were driving by, but I didn't see when she walked out. She's walking to her car though. Is it gonna sync? Another car pull up and park next to me as this loud truck is driving out, and she's getting in her car as it drives around the corner. I think she's a red coat sync. This car pulled up and parked and made a banging sound of some kind, and then it's taking off again, I think. This one like came like right up next to me and did that, and then this other car is driving out as it starts to drive, and I think they're both black cars, and they look synced as he gets to the edge of the parking lot with each other, and the other cars in the background look synced with them. And then he's gonna sync again at the other corner with the car that drove out, and he synced. And I saw a dim headlight car, I think. And another truck drove out next to me when he drove out synced. And then someone's coming out on a skateboard now. And it looks synced with the truck parking. the skateboard. And then the girl that got in the car is just sitting there and hasn't turned on yet or anything. The red coat girl, she's just sitting there. The truck. Oh, I see an ambulance now. Is it synced? Was it a sync? I think it synced. I think I saw a sync. Alright. Is the truck guy gonna get out when the car starts? What's gonna happen? Oh, the truck guy got out. I see someone else crossing the street, and it seems synced with the truck guy getting out. But I think it's the passenger side truck guy. Oh yeah, there's the driver, there's the truck, and then the guy, and then they're going in the building when these cars drive out. And then the other person got in a white car, and they probably did that synced. And then there's other cars synced, and there's these engine sounds synced. There's other cars driving up, and it's gonna sync. Is it a sync? Looks synced. It did look synced. So, oh, there's someone else walking out now. Are they synced? Don't sync. The one that got in the white car is just sitting there with the door open. Oh, now they're closing the door right as I say that. Was that synced? Was it synced? My water heater just turned on. Was that synced again? Probably synced again. And I saw someone else walking. Were they synced? They just like walked out and then walked back or something. Oh, I see him again. Is it a sync? It's like they sync with me talking sometimes. Like they'll sync with what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I know they do sometimes, but sometimes it's like I don't know if that's what they're doing or not. Cause I'm like, where did he go? And then like he just pokes out again. And he's just standing there. I just see his head, and he's just standing there. I don't know. I don't know if it was a sync, but it was probably a sync. And then he's walking out now. He's gonna get in this truck that's pulling up, and it's probably pulling up synced. And it looks like it has a dim light on it. And it's parking right as a white truck is driving through the intersection behind it. And then it's backing up again as the door opens on the building. I guess he's not getting in the truck. What's happening? Is it synced? He's driving forward again in the truck as the door on the building opens again, and he's just driving out now. He's just leaving. Oh no, he's parking. Okay. I thought he was just driving back out of the parking lot. Which they do sometimes. He's parking though, but it looks synced. It looked really synced. And I see all these other cars that look synced. Very synced. Looks synced. over and over. It looks synced. The same car looks synced with other cars, with multiple cars. This car driving by me looks synced. This other car that pulled up, and this guy is walking up to it as the other car drove by me. And then there's these other cars on the street that look synced. And then there's these other people walking that are probably synced. Are they synced? It's just like, uh, this is so dumb, dude. This is like, are they synced? Fuck. Just sync already so I know if you're synced. So I can go to sleep. And sometimes it's just like, I don't know, were they synced? They're opening the door of the building as the white SUV drives out, so I think they're synced. Sometimes it's like, I don't know, are they synced? Like, I'll see a car drive by me and I'll be like, was he synced? And then I'll just never know. It's just, I'll never know if he was synced. Was he synced? I'll never know. I see a bunch of people walking and most of them look synced. What about this person? Do they look synced? Is this person gonna look synced when they walk by me? They're walking by me right as the car is parking and another car is coming in the parking lot right as they walk by me. And other cars are driving out right on the street right as they walk by me too. So yeah, looks synced. And then the one car like is parking again as the other car parks, and then another car turned on right as the other car parked. And then another car is turning on. Is it synced too? And then right when the one that turned on synced drives out, another car drives out. And then the other car is backing up and it looks synced. And another guy was going in the door of the building at the same time. And it looks synced. And then the car is driving to the edge of the parking lot right now. And then something's gonna happen right when he gets to the edge of the parking lot. I see Whitey when he gets to the edge of the parking lot. And he is like meeting this other car at the entrance of the parking lot, driving down the street. And then he looks synced. Looks synced. It looks synced. So yeah, looks synced once again. Another thing, like I said, last winter there's a lot of snow plows synced. There's gonna be a lot of snow plows synced this winter again. And like every time I would see a snow plow, it was synced. And like when I would be delivery driving, I would see snow plows synced at intersections and things. And every time I would go walk around, I would see snow plows synced. And there's this guy with a bobcat that has a snowplow thing on the front of it, and you'd like plow the parking lot, and you would do it synced, and it beeps, so you'd be It's constantly just backing up, beeping, synced, and like driving around synced, plowing the snow synced. Oh, also on a delivery today, I got a frequency shot in my ear during a delivery. I think there was just one now too, but it was like really mild though. It was like like sometimes it's more mild, sometimes it's more intense. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to talk about some things. So yeah, there was a sink fly landing on me sink today, and it happens all the time. So I just want to talk about that because it's just like, oh, I see a cop. My refrigerator's turning on. And the cop was almost to the intersection when my refrigerator turned on. Okay. Why wasn't it right at the intersection? So, my refrigerator's a gang stalker. This guy, he's a gang stalker. He's always gang stalking. Every day, every time that he turns on and off, it's gang stalk. It's gang stalk time. Every time, it's gang stalk time. And then, like, I'll hear weird sounds in the walls sometimes. My neighbor just hit the wall sink, I think. I'll hear weird sounds in the walls sometimes. It sounds like it's like inside the wall or inside my apartment. And then, like I've mentioned before, but I'll mention it again because it's the craziest shit ever. Other than the sink lightning, but like bottles, like empty water bottles, will pop synced. You can believe me or not, call me schizo, say I'm overthinking it, whatever. They pop synced. My neighbor's making sounds through the walls. They pop synced though. The bottles pop synced. It happened one day, like five times in a row. Like it was happening at all synced moments. Like it was just popping at synced moments. Like it popped like when I was like getting ready to go to work or whatever, and like it popped like when I like put my pants on or whatever, and then it popped like when I like walked through this doorway, and then it popped like when I put the paste on my toothbrush or something, and then it popped like when I walked back in the room or some shit. Like it popped at like all these different synced up moments, like perfectly synced up, and like wasn't popping in between that too. Like it was just only popping at synced up moments, and it has done it other days too, where it's popping at synced up moments, and it does it synced. It does. It synced. It does. So it does. Can you believe me or not, it does. So who knows what's gonna sync next? What else can sync? What else is gonna sync? I don't know. What else can they sync? What else can they possibly sync that hasn't synced already? Like I've seen so many syncs. Like the only thing that I can think of that I haven't seen synced is like, well, I don't live near the ocean or like I haven't seen like synced boats and jet skis. I know they exist, I'm sure, but like I haven't seen that. I haven't seen. I mean, I probably have seen it, but I wasn't awake to it yet or whatever. But I haven't seen that. I haven't seen synced paragliders. I haven't seen a synced hot air balloon or a blimp or a parachute or a, I don't know. Like I haven't seen those things synced yet, but that's about it. So I don't know what else they could possibly sync on me, but I'm sure they'll figure something out. But in the meantime, they're gonna do synced engine sounds like the ones I just heard. They're gonna do those 1,000 times per day, all day, every day. And occasionally there will be no engine sounds for a while, but then they'll start up again. And but yeah, like this summer there wasn't. This summer, as far as the bugs go, it wasn't that bad compared to last. I think it was last summer. Yeah, last summer. All the bugs were crazy, and there was like a bunch of stink flies inside of my apartment, and there was this other bug inside my apartment that was like attacking me. There's a bunch of there would be like a sink fly in my apartment. It was flying around synced and like flying in my face synced and buzzing in my ears synced and landing in front of me synced and whatever. And then I would kill it, and then I would come in my apartment the next or after work or whatever, and there would be another sink fly in there. It like just kept happening like that, and then like the bugs were just crazy last summer. Like they were just like everywhere, like sinking on me when I would go outside. But this summer there was less bugs, so there's still a lot of sink bugs and definitely a lot of sink butterflies. Definitely a lot of sink butterflies. Like pretty much every day there's sink butterflies, at least one, at least a few of them every day. So So I don't like winter, but at least there's not gonna be any more sink flies. So I got that to look forward to. But there is gonna be sink snow plows and snow blowers and snow shovels and bobcats with the snow plows. So there is gonna be that. Like people just like bang their snow shovels on the ground sink and like push snow like off of the sidewalk next to me sinked and stuff. People just shovel snow next to me sinked, and they'll just like bang their snow shovels on the sidewalk sinked at synced up moments. And they'll start up their snow blower synced, and they'll start up their leaf blower synced, and they'll start up their weed whacker synced. And then they'll turn off their weed whacker synced, and then they'll start it up again synced, and then they'll start up their lawnmower synced, and then they'll turn their lawnmower next to me synced, and then they'll turn their lawnmower off synced, and then they'll dump the grass out synced, and then they'll oh, and then they'll go oh synced. They'll do their nail gun synced, and they'll do their hammering synced, and they'll do their power tools synced, and they'll do any type of thing synced. Anything, everything is synced. They'll drop the mail off synced. They'll lock their car synced 500 times. They'll lock it after it's already locked, and then they'll lock it again, and then they'll lock it again, and then they'll lock it again, and then they'll lock it again. So, yeah, it's synced. So, vote for Ilcat. And put it in the comments. Is it synced? It's synced.